Welcome back to the Financial Logistician. There's the camera. I'm your host, All Nighter Hider. I haven't said that intro in a while, so I figured I would do so. I'm standing in our old kitchen and I'm just kind of reminiscing about things. I made this kitchen mine. The stove was right over here in this corner, and I did so much baking in that thing. I made muffins. I'm the muffin man up here in Alaska. I loved it, and I'm wearing my Uncle Rico for you, Andrew, my former deck mate. It's weird to say that, man. You'll always be my deck mate, homie. But I was thinking about just yesterday, I think it was. We were talking out here, right in front of the door here. The door that you're not going to see it correctly, of course. Do not slam, turn knob to close door, this knob here. It's written on there pretty plain and simply. Fix that. It's a skeleton key door. If you look at that lock, that is a skeleton key. A little bit of Alice in Wonderland for you there. And there were guts. I'm gonna walk around here. There were guts for that lock. Oh, sitting in this kitchen. I think this is Roy's jacket. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained. It's my old deck mate. My old deck mate, Roy. He passed away. Oh, there's another 2 sets of keys in here. That's funny. So, here, I'll just turn the camera around. So here we have the other lock. I'm trying to open via the camera, which is not very easy. Oh, I had it open before. Oh, there we go. So there are 2 more keys in here. What a trip. Anyhow, I took these guts out. And let's see if these work. And replaced them in this door. Sorry, I'm like super scatterbrained. And now I have what was the only one key. Let's see if these work. Nope. That is different from mine. So I have the only one key that operates this door here. And the other day, yep, that is a different key. And so is this other one. So I still have the one key that operates this door. And it's one of 2 doors to the bunkhouse. What's funny is I've locked it on people, like the night watchman, Santos. He's here for, oh yeah, there's my bumper on the wall for when the door does open, because my head is right on the other side of this wall where I slept. So Santos was the night watchman. Their job is to basically watch for fires and bears and anything that happens at night. Well, they would come around to each bunkhouse and to the net loft and to certain areas where there was a DTEX key. This DTEX key they would put so in each of these locations there was this key. The key was obviously unique to that location. They would carry around a box, and they would then insert per location that key into the box and turn it, and it would give a timestamp of when they were there and all this fun stuff, so there was accountability. I don't know why I went down that rabbit hole. So anyways, they would come in here onto the other side of this wall where the DTEX key is, and they would do their rounds. Well, he liked to use this door here to do that because it's right on the other side of the wall. It's the DTEX key. And he wasn't super quiet. Hardly anybody is. That's why I had to write that on there on the door. So I started locking it at night. And he didn't like that, and it was funny. And he never knew that I had the key, though. So yesterday we're all talking out there, and we were talking about the bears, and then about the new cannery workers that are coming into these buildings that are... Look at that gap up above my head. That's gotten bigger this season. All over that thing. These buildings are falling apart. And I'm going to call you out, Silver Bay Seafoods. You're putting people in here. Whether you know the conditions of the building, that's pretty jacked up. Or whether you don't know the conditions of the building, that too is pretty jacked up. So anyways, back to the story. They're putting cannery workers in these buildings that are just absolutely falling apart. they're 100-year-old buildings, but they haven't been maintained. That's the key. I want to say the last 15 years or so, the whole time I've been here, I haven't seen any of these pilings being shimmed up or anything for any of these buildings. In fact, I'll turn the camera around and show you. I gotta unlock the door. I'll show you some of the repairs they did, but they didn't repair, obviously, the stairs because that's tied in with the building. So, all right, let's see. So those stairs, they repaired the handrail, but the stairs, well, they look kind of square from here, but they are not square to the door. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, these buildings, they are just falling down. The gap over here. Let's walk over here. Oh, did they board it up? No, kind of. The gap in between the buildings there, in between the white and the blue vertical boards there. That thing is huge. Down there, again, I'm super scatterbrained. Down there is Molly Denali. There she is. That's the character she's based off of. She's got that Volvo down there, sorry. All screwy. Alright, let me get back in here. So these buildings are falling apart and they're putting cannery workers in here. Well, we were laughing about that as they're unloading these cannery workers. One of them starts popping into our building. Well, this is a fisherman's bunkhouse. Always has been. They just converted. They just designated the one across the street that I showed you into, man, these hairs are unruly, into cannery worker bunkhouse. Well, we do stay separate. And yeah, one of them walked in, and so we were talking outside last night about locking the door. And that's when it came up, because Santos is right there. It came up that I have the key, that I'm the key master. I am the key master of this door, at least. And I could see it on his face that he realized it was me the whole time. It was great. It was absolutely great. We've had a little bit of a feud. I don't know, he doesn't like me because I take liberties. I shoot the BB gun, and I had the pellet gun out, and I actually did take out a window, I think. I don't know, I was pretty drunk. I don't really remember it. Not often I get drunk, but yeah, I don't remember that night. He may be right. I don't know. But yeah, that was pretty funny of him just to realize that, oh yeah, that was Hyder. All right, 8 minutes of me just farting around. I'll let you guys go because this hasn't been productive at all. But this is Alaska. This is our building. That's our basin sink for the dishes, and that's the plumbing that's all exposed, and it's actually hot and cold is reversed. So then over at our new place, we have these. We've got these throws just like this, right? But instead of coming forward, they rotate back. And there's a drip edge. There's a backsplash. Jeez, Hyder. There's a backsplash right behind them, and it doesn't give them room to throw very hard. So we're at like half throttle at max over there. It's pretty funny. So they gotta come and turn the plumbing around. They don't like us doing it because of I guess insurance and liabilities. Yeah. Anyways, I will let you go at 9 minutes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me rambling. Invest accordingly.